What is happening, gals and guys? Nick here, and we are actually back with more Dead Cells, but this one will be a bit different. It's probably explained in the title of the video. So, going back to when I did my live streams of Dead Cells, I kind of came back into the game after playing 87 hours or something like that. I know I mentioned it in the stream, and I still hadn't gotten one win. I was like, this is terrible. What am I doing wrong? And then all of a sudden I cracked the code. And then I started getting win after win after win after win after win in 0 BC. Alright, so let's fast forward to 137 hours. And I'm now at 5 BC. After getting those first wins, the first real wall hit me at, I would say, 2 boss cells, but it honestly wasn't that bad. Then I went on to do 3 boss cells, and that felt kind of easy. Not easy, but I mean, the learning curve is kind of steep, but then it flattens out. So you kind of get the hang of it, go into the rhythm of actually being super aggressive against the enemies. And then now I'm at 5 BC, but I dropped the game because I have so much to record right now. Hell Is Us is out, Silk Song is out. Not a super fan of Silk Song or Hollow Knight, but I'm still gonna play it, of course. And a couple of other surprises coming up. But going back to Dead Cells here, it took me like a long time to get my first win in 0 BC, and now I have a friend who is struggling tremendously in 0 BC as well. So I was like, I'm gonna do a video where I go through 0 BC slow and steady, and we're gonna do it by the book. We'll discuss everything. I know there is 1,000 videos similar out there, but I want to do my own for my friend here. I promised him, basically. So let's reset this. This is gonna be a bit weird though, because you get used to the enemy aggression in the higher BCs and all that jazz. Looks like we still have the cells. That's not gonna matter. What's gonna matter is that I have a slightly different setup here, right? We don't get the necklace at the start, so that's fine. But I do get to choose, and that might be cheating, right? So let's head back again. We didn't need to do that, honestly. Let's go into options, because I want to cover some stuff first. Hold to attack. This is essential. When I was told to use this, I was like, well, why? Hold attack button to perform combos with the weapon. So what it means is that you don't have to mash the button, but there is a more important aspect of it that we're going to talk about a bit later, and that is dual binding. So this, under options, very, very, very important. Now, I don't know if I can disable the tubes from here, or if I have to go... I probably need to do a custom game, right? Yeah, I do. Okay, I got another idea. Let's just not pick everything. So, okay, perfect. So I was watching my friend's video the other night, and he actually found some decent weapons along the way, but you need to know how to use them as well. So we're gonna go with the Sadist Stiletto. Do we pick up a shield? He didn't. I'll pick up a shield and I'll leave the rest. That fair? I think so. Okay, so if we're looking at our weapons right now, we have a stiletto that scales with, oh, look at that, swift sword. Damn, okay, well, we'll talk about that. That was very lucky, honestly. It scales with brutality and tactics. Super important, and I'll show you later. If we bring this up, we can already see that we have plus 33% damage, and it is 145 DPS, and it crits at 296. All right, and then we have a shield that scales with survival and brutality. Also very important, but not as much. Do we go for this? Well, I guess we could talk about the affixes first. So affixes are the bonuses you get on a weapon. So on the Sadie Stiletto is shoots an arrow in front of you. The arrows are insanely powerful when doing a run. We might cover that later as well. And then you have start affixes. So on the shield here, we have attacking just after a parry inflicts plus 300% damage. That is also insane, and you need to know about these. Especially if you're using the shield here. And then of course you have the what do you call it? Like the character of the weapon or shield. And on the Sadist, it is that inflicts a critical hit if target is bleeding or poison. So that means that we really want to have poisoned or bleeding enemies, and we can fix that real easy with mutations and other stuff as well. But now I'm actually thinking about getting this. But as my friend went with the Sadist in the start, let's do that. These idiots can be insanely annoying, even from the start at 0 BC, but we'll handle that along the way. We need to address kind of how we approach a stage as well. First and foremost, these. So this is a power scroll. There's going to be 2 of them in the first stage, and you absolutely need to pick them up. So now we need to kind of choose a path, and the power scrolls give you all 3 options here. Later on you'll get dual scrolls, and we want to get lucky with those, but you can't really control them. There is some what they call scroll manipulation when you pick up a necklace. If you choose a necklace that is off color, not the path you're going for, sometimes the game kind of want to give you scrolls in the other color, to offset that. And but I don't know. It seemed to work sometimes, but I don't know. We're absolutely going with brutality in this one. So choosing brutality here will give us plus 15% damage on brutality objects. Doesn't sound like much, but it's exponential, and that is the important key here. Doesn't seem like much now, but you'll see in a minute how much that affects your actual damage output. I know some will be like, yeah, but I want to go survival. Well, choose a survival weapon. It's okay to go survival and get as much HP as you can, but you need a weapon in that color. It is so freaking important. But we're going brutality, and it will give us plus 65% HP, which isn't bad at all. So if we look now we're at plus, what do we have? 167 in attack and 340 in DPS. Crit. So already getting a bit more damage output on our weapon. Remember, scrolls are key. These, I tend to just dash behind them. We have a shield, but honestly, even at the higher BCs, they're like, yeah, you pretty much need a shield to complete the game. I can say you definitely don't, but you need a build that can handle it. Oh, never seen that before. That was wild. Okay, take care of this idiot. Okay, next important thing. You see an item, you don't want it. I don't like the decoy, but we recycle everything. This is 550 in cash. God damn it, that's nice. Health we don't need. 600 in cash. Remember that. Very important. We need cash. Cash is good. We need that to re-roll our weapons later on. Not as important in the beginning, but it will be. Especially if we want something that can absolutely melt bosses, and we do, right? These, say you don't have cash for these, you can still get them, but you'll get cursed, and I don't recommend doing that this early in the game. Obviously, if you're a shield guy, feel free to parry these nerds. Watch out for that dude. It can be very annoying. And we want to get the 30, but that's another thing when watching. I've watched guides of this game, and they're like, yeah, you all absolutely need to get the 30 and the 60s. Yeah, well, you know what? In my win runs, I actually did, and you know what happened? I didn't get a single weapon or item I wanted from those rooms. So I wouldn't say that it's super necessary, honestly. So we still need one more scroll. We don't buy anything here. I do agree with that. You do not buy anything there. But when it comes to actually upgrading weapons early on, I'm kind of... I have a different approach to that. If I have a weapon, remember, recycle. If I have a weapon that I feel can kind of carry me a bit, I don't see a problem in actually upgrading it. Spite Sword is another very good sword, but it's most would say it's not that skill based. I would say it's slightly skill based because you have to inflict damage on yourself, and you can do that with the Phase Flask. And then you'll get the crits. We don't want it. Stiletto it is. But, as I said, remember, recycle. You can probably already tell that we're doing a bit more damage now. Enemies seem to die faster, and that becomes super important. Not in the first stages, as I said, but later on it will be very important. So it looks like we have a chest up here. So there is a chest in the prisoner's quarter as well. We want to grab that. Now we get an owl. Owl is very, very good. I don't know how I want to approach this, because my friend rarely uses his secondaries. But, I mean, recommendation, yes, absolutely pick this up and deploy him right away, or her. I mean, it is a flying cat, so we want that. I love the familiars in this game. And here we have the second scroll. So now we're done. Brutality again. So you can see now you would probably be like, I want this because I want more health. I want to survive. Trust me, don't do it. Another 15. So before, can we bring up our weapons? We can't. Oh, that sucks. Okay, let's go brutality. I think our weapon was producing 340 at crit at least. So let's see how that changed. 391 now. And 192 in DPS. Okay, it's starting to look pretty decent for a starter. Alright, so 4 minutes in. As I said, we're not aiming to get the doors necessarily, but I will try and get the 30 here. There we go. Knock that dude out. Take out the bombardiers first. Those are not bombardiers, I think. Bombardiers are the ones that throw out the clusters, right? Okay, so now we need to discuss routing, our favorite. And this might be very interesting because I know some paths are locked in 0 BC. I usually go for toxic. I don't have a problem doing castle outskirts, honestly. What I don't do necessarily is go dilapidated arboretum. I often want to go to corrupted prison, but honestly on 0 BC I wonder if this path is actually open. It doesn't really matter. We want to aim for ancient sewers though, and why that is because it contains a lot of scrolls, and we want to make ourselves as powerful as we possibly can. So definitely go for the ones with the most scrolls, but you don't necessarily know that in the beginning. But it is super important to grab the scrolls, because I was watching my friend's video and he just speedrun through the stage, and it's gonna punish you more than you realize when you reach the bosses. You're gonna feel so freaking weak. You're gonna be there forever. So that is not very nice. I think we aim for toxic and see if we gain access to corrupted prison. If not, we can go to ancient sewers, and that is absolutely fine. I was doing the level select on the map. That is not how this game works. Oh god. Such a fun game. Okay, so right now you can stick to the left wall. I think the first time it's gonna be a schematic here. Otherwise, go grab that. Now, you will not have this, though, but you can reach that anyway. You can jump out. Okay, so we have the 30. Let's see if it grants us with something cool. Get some free cells. Another bloodthirsty shield. Okay, so this is basically cheating right now. Ice armor, but if you find this, I would definitely pick it up, especially if you're aiming for your first win. This will help you insanely much. So yeah, definitely pick that up. I take back all I said. 30 doors are epic. No, just kidding. I'm gonna spend some cells here. I mean, you probably have stuff to unlock. Now, I do know my friend has a ton of items that is already unlocked. So I'm not saying that we are so far apart. This moment, I think we have basically the same amount of items of the ones I have equipped right now. That sounded very weird. Okay, let's talk about weapons. So, another thing I see, or saw my friend do in his video was going in here, he did one upgrade. This is fine. I think this is fine, upgrading it to a plus. I wouldn't go any further because we're probably gonna change it out. And then he started mashing here and spent all his cash without even looking at it. This will not make your weapon more powerful. Understand that. Reforge modifiers is exactly what it says, and we're actually going to use it now. This will change the affixes. Now, why I don't recommend like mashing, you need synergies here. But the reason we're going to roll is because if you look, we have 1% of HP recovered per attack, close combat, but we also receive 100% more damage. We don't want that. This is a perfect case to kind of re-roll at least once. We don't care that much about affixes right now, but we're gonna have a look at the weapon and see what they bring to the table. So we'll put that one. We have plus 30% damage to a slow down target. We can actually use that to gain extra damage in combination with a mutation right now. But we'll leave this as is. We'll save up our cash. We don't touch the shield. Upgrading it will do absolutely nothing right now because we're not really using it. The owl being a tier 2++, or a level 2++, I should say. We'll just leave it as is. Now, obviously, this one outputs damage. So it's good, right? But this one scales with tactics, so we're not gonna see any monstrous damage numbers on this one. So we're not gonna upgrade it either. Look at this one, ice armor. Now then you say, well, you should only pick weapons and items in your primary color then. Yes, that is true, but we have some passive things as well, like the ice armor. This one will make us invincible for 8 seconds. So if you go into a heavily guarded corridor with a lot of scary enemies, you pop this and you go in and you kill them quickly. Now obviously if they hit you, the ice armor will expire, but it will explode and freeze them. So it's very, very good. And we have a star affix on this one. Now star affixes are a bit different. They're like extra good if you like. So we have enemies hit by this will thaw more slowly. Very good, right? So they'll stay in a freezing state for longer. And then we have upon the victim's remains, they explode. That's kind of good. Upon thawing, the enemy suffers from bleeding. Okay, so remember, our stiletto is doing crits on bleeding enemies. But we're actually gonna fix this right now and not worry too much about the ice armor because we can't really depend on it right now. So let's continue. Okay, mutation. We have two options here now. So our stiletto does extra damage to slow down targets, but that's plus 30%, right? So it's not that much, really. What we want is either cause bleed or poison, and we can do that right away with open wounds. Now, if you don't have this, I would go with melee. I don't remember if my friend has open wounds, but I do know he has melee, so he could have gone with melee here. We're gonna go open wounds. There's a couple of more mutations that are very, very good. And also, don't forget to heal. Addressing my friend, I saw what you did right before the death boss fight. Don't do that. Bank we're gonna skip, because you probably don't have access to that right now. And I wouldn't recommend going into the bank if you're aiming to get a win. A lot of dangerous enemies there that can make your life very, very sad and miserable. It's gonna be a long-ass video. We'll take it step by step. I'm probably gonna miss something. Okay, so if you have the owl or any familiar, don't forget to actually deploy him. So with open wounds, we're actually gonna inflict bleed on enemies, and that will in turn create what's it called? Crits. Okay, so we have those. You can outrun the projectile, so it's not that bad. Just be aware that they do pop up. Don't be scared of them. They're not super powerful, so you can always kill them pretty fast, I'd say. Rats, just pounce on them. Oh, almost got hit by the scorpion there, because I kind of panicked. So in this case, I would pop the ice armor. I would go in, because the rats might actually tag you, and that's never fun, right? Just remember, 8 seconds, and then it pops. And then you have a 20-second cooldown on it, so, you know. Rats again, get behind them, kill them. Won't necessarily, and also use the map. For Christ's sake, use the map to see that you cover everything. So I think we have one power scroll in this biome, and there should be a couple of duels, I think. Watch out for that, that's very dangerous. Also, he tried to shoot me. I'm gonna try and play very protective here, but as you can see, ice armor is back online, so we don't have to worry too much. And also, don't jump down and pound the ground if, in fact, watch out for those as well. Very annoying. They don't do much damage, but if you're aiming to get to 60, they can really ruin that. Also, the scorpions slap you with the tail, and they do a lot of damage. But yeah, don't do the ground pound in this stage, unless you know what's below you, because, you know, acid and stuff. Baguette. So talk about that, the food. I was very confused when watching other people run this game, and they were like, why does this dude get, like, cheese and stuff? Well, it's something you can change in the options. I think it's funny. Okay, nice and steady. Roll through that. Even though we have a shield, we can parry. We don't do it because, well, I don't think it's necessary. Is the shield useless? Absolutely not. Shield is insanely good, but you don't need to use it. And I know a lot of people struggle actually using it. So far we don't have any new weapons, and we're not gonna worry too much about that. I'm gonna pop the shield again. Now this might be cheating, you say, but as you can see, we haven't taken a single hit yet, so just be very careful. Talking about that, when we rolled the stiletto here, we actually lost out on the arrows. So we don't have any ranged attacks except for the owl. But as you can see, you can just let him do the work for you. Now that I think about it, I think owl is kind of cheating. So we're gonna get rid of him. This is so annoying as well. There we go. Because he is... Let's see if I can... He's gonna expire now, and we won't call him back in. I think it's unfair to use him here. Isn't he gonna go away? Oh wait, I need to take a hit. Okay, we can fix that. Sounds crazy. Let's get 10 more enemies killed and we can start worrying about getting rid of the flying cat, basically. Alright, so what do we have up here? Remember, we need those scrolls. Never ever leave them behind. Right now we're at 311, so that's basically nothing. Sometimes you get lucky and you get a starred enemy that drop a scroll. That is insanely lucky and very, very useful, especially at the start of the game. If you see this, I feel like you're getting close to the exit. Not exactly sure. We have a elite there. I'm gonna skip him for now. So here we have a guardian scroll, and as you can see, it's off color. This is where when you're not left with a choice, this is where you actually go for the max HP, I feel. Unless you have... No, actually, it's always gonna be max HP. Down here we have some free items. If we were doing something else, or if I was running this on my own, I would absolutely go with the vampire killer, especially for this setup I have planned. Vampire killer, I was not a fan of the whips. Vampire killer became my best friend ever. And actually... gave me the wins at 3BC and 4BC. Remember, recycle. We're gonna keep it simple. Stiletto is our friend for now. This guy, very useful in higher BCs, which is kind of mad because it's way more hard. And you need to kill 10 enemies without getting hit to clear the curse. You will get a non-colored weapon and a power scroll and some other stuff. Don't do it on 0BC unless you feel like you need the extra challenge in an already super hard game. Okay, so there's the 60. I kind of feel bad having to take a hit. We're gonna see that we do it from a enemy that doesn't do like a ton of damage. Not that I care. Okay, hurt me. Thank you. Okay, owl is gone. Here we go. Now, you might not see it, but we are actually critting when we apply bleed. This one we just get rid of, but remember, always recycle. So we're already at 11k in cash. That's very good. Yeah, okay, so we can actually access corrupted prison. That is fantastic. So we're going for that. But we're not gonna go bananas and do the cursed chest that is in the corrupted prison. But that is otherwise why I go there. Because there is a cursed chest and there is a bunch of rats. Oh, actually took some damage there, see? Nobody's perfect. Oh my god, the run is over. We're gonna die. So this is another thing I was thinking of. At 0BC, recycle, we don't need it. If you need to use all your heals in a biome, by all means do it, because there's no penalty for it, right? So, like now, why risk it? Use a potion, it's okay. Drink that juice, it's fine. Immediately it takes damage again, because in 0BC you get a free refill. You get everything back. Game is super generous. In the higher BCs though, then you really need to plan your actions. There are stuff you can use to because okay, so let's explain that. In I think it starts at 1 BC actually. So you don't get a full refill. You get a flask, right? But sometime you get a full refill. I didn't actually mean to pick that up. But yeah, food is very important as well. So I mean, if you're struggling, you might not do what I did in Prisoner's Quarter and recycle every food you found. That was kind of just to showcase that we definitely wanna recycle stuff, but leave the food behind and then go back, catch it or grab it when you're done with the stage if you've taken damage. Avoid that. And of course, I don't need to explain this, but the exclamation mark above the enemy is indicating that he is gonna attack you. Like there. Okay, so now I can kind of relax because we already have the 60, so... I mean, I still don't want to take damage, but... I'm pretty sure we're gonna be okay. Flying bats that explode are not very friendly, as you may already know. Oh, look at that. Well, it's sad, but it was a starred enemy. So now we hit the plus 50. So as I said, you're gonna get more HP, but it's not gonna help with the damage output, and damage output is key. Where are we at? There we're at. Okay, so up to the right. I guess I was sort of right with the prisoner's cell there, that it's indicating that we're going in the right direction to the exit. Well, I was kind of far off. Okay, and no teleporter here. That sucks. It's another thing. Always use the teleporters. They're very, very useful. Anything we missed? Yeah, we missed stuff there. And you can already see, here is the scroll of power. So we need to go back and grab that. Probably should have checked that earlier. Also, don't do that. It's me being silly. We have stuff down here. We have the cross. We're not gonna grab it. I think it's gonna be behind a... Yeah. So it's a paid door. Then we head over here then. Sure. And we grab you. I should have checked the damage output before. But you see, you always get 15% more damage, right? So right now we're at 52. After this, we're gonna be 15% on top of that 52. So it's not gonna be 67. It's gonna be, well, I don't want to do the math now, but it gets kind of crazy at the end. So now we're at 275. Next time we pick up a scroll, I'll be sure to showcase the numbers before we actually grab it. So at this point, I can see we have a chest. We're gonna have a shop here of some sort as well. Not that important right now. Gonna replace the owl just so I don't accidentally trigger him or her. And then shop is down here. So again, we can have a look now. As you can see, I can choose because I have that perk. We're gonna go random just to check it out. This would be a good choice just because it inflicts bleed. But then you might argue, but why? We already inflict bleed with open wounds. Yes, but it also means that you can free up that mutation slot for something else. So, very good. Now we get Explorer's Instinct. This is something you get later, but it's going to help us here to actually proceed a bit faster. Looks like we're done. Red Room was an elite. Let's go kill him. Can talk about a bit about the elites as well. So elites will give you a necklace or an amulet, or what do you want to call them. If you feel like elites are scary, which they are, because you never know what kind of perk they're gonna have, then avoid them. No reason to kill them. I'm gonna pop this just because, you know, I'm a coward. Okay, so we actually got the archer, and he got a friend. Okay, so that's not bad. The dudes that duplicate aren't that bad. If you see a red line start to appear horizontally below you, just go out, because it don't track you, and then you can go back in and kill him before it spawns again. Poison has no effect on you. That would be being very good on this stage, but we're actually gonna grab that because it might benefit us in the ancient sewers. I don't know if that is considered to be poison as well, but I do think so. Downward smash attacks cover the ground with inflammable oil, so that is also very good. Now, this is an off-color one, so maybe this one will actually give us more of the dual scrolls in our favor. We'll see, I guess. But when it comes to the necklace's scroll color, don't worry too much about it. And also you need to realize that when you pick up a necklace with a color, it actually adds to that stat as well. I mean, it might be very obvious for some, but say that we found a necklace with 2 brutality points in it. That is extra damage to us, and it also affects your HP. So never skip on a necklace, because it will give you more HP no matter what, even if you don't like it. Head in here. So this run is something I would like to have done on stream, but I don't have, well, I don't have the time for it right now, honestly, so I have to do it late night recording instead. Spartan sandals will skip, we don't need a shield, and we've already said goodbye to the owl, but we will recycle that to get some more cash. Because re-rolling your weapons is gonna be kind of pricey to get the affixes you want. So we can talk a bit about the dangers of re-rolling your weapons. Always make sure you have some cash over to do that like emergency roll, because you can get affixes that are like you deal extra damage but you also receive extra damage, and you don't necessarily want that on your first attempt of getting a win. We'll leave these for now. And we can talk a bit about the other ones here. So, watching what my friend picked, he did Frenzy, Combo, and Melee. Those are solid mutations to select. I would not go for Frenzy though, because if you read what it says, melee attacks restore a small amount of HP depending on attack damage as long as you have an active speed buff. So if you don't have a weapon that can actually give you that speed buff, this will do absolutely nothing. What I would consider though, for a starter mutation is disengagement, and if you're feeling very, if you want to play it very safe, go with Ygdar Orus Lyox, and this will revive you once. Not sure if everybody has disengagement at this. Oh, it is unlocked at the start. I think it is. So I would definitely go for disengagement. Should we as well do that, perhaps? No, we're gonna follow suit here. So this is kind of funny as well. I'm gonna go with melee, because another thing you need to realize is that these stack. So now we're getting extra, we're getting crits from bleed, and we're also doing plus 30% damage to a slowdown target. So very, very good. Plus 66% damage, and we're at 275 DPS and 563 DPS. Now, obviously, this is a level 1++. So in the next biome, we're gonna start looking for a replacement for that. And maybe something else. There's no shop here, though. So as I said, you'll be greeted with this guy. We're not gonna take him. I would always take him, but this is how do we get through this game and get a freaking win here. These guys, okay, so we froze him really fast. That is something you need to commit to, actually killing the enemies as well, because most often if you kind of do like an evasive maneuver, it will get you hurt. I think we missed the dude up here, right? Yeah. So just go in, trust yourself, he gets slowed and you can kill him. Also, that guy will follow you. We haven't seen one challenge rift yet. Okay, just so he shoots, just that. If you leave him, he'll come after you, see? So in 0 BC, enemies don't aggro from a like 2 million radius, so you're pretty safe. But just know that if he gets your attention, he will come for you. These ones, I think they're called shockers. They are very dangerous if you can't kill them very fast. Again, just trust yourself. Okay, so there's a bird. Birds will follow you. Birds are insanely dangerous. So they hit their beak and they go freeze, and it is you can't stun them. That's the main problem with the birds. And again, I just wanted to talk about the bird before I killed him. Otherwise, we would just like engage in battle and kill him. Of course, we might have taken damage anyway because they attack fast. Definitely no joke. So honestly, maybe don't go here if you want to get a win. But the nice thing about Corrupted Prison is it's a very, very short level. You'll get through it very fast. I think there's only one scroll here though. So that is something you kind of want to work in. Okay, so here we have skills now. I don't necessarily want a new skill, unless it's this one. So, I think they're called the cards, right? And it doesn't seem like it does much to begin with. I'm actually gonna buy this because this is an item that I see pop up very frequently for some reason. So we're gonna buy it and we're gonna replace the crusher with it. And if we check it right now, it says that we get some bonus health and stuff like that and yada yada yada. But if we, and you can see it already, we have bonus health on now. If we hit R2, so we lost our bonus health. But now you can see the little icon that popped up above our head. Now we're actually our melee attacks poison enemies. And poison enemies we crit. So now we're actually getting somewhere here. Okay, bird again. Let him hit, commit, and kill. Get up there. So these kind of die, what I say is kind of fast, but damage is not very good right now. Now, obviously, if we are aiming to replace our stiletto with something else, also means that we might actually have to change up our mutations and our support items. And that is fine. When I started really getting into the game, being able to reroll mutations before boss fights is insanely powerful. Because you have some bosses that are on their own, right? And using Tranquility against those gives you extra damage to enemies that are by themselves. So very, very useful. Okay, kill that. As I said, recycle it at the end of the stage. So we're gonna follow my practice here, I guess. And you can already see the poison cloud, it does a very good job at killing enemies. So you can just kind of poison and then get out of there and let the poison do the work. There, for instance. Being able to freeze enemies is also very good, as immediately when they get frozen, we're doing more damage. And you can see the yellow numbers popping up. That is our crits. This guy can turn around and immediately peek, hit his beak in the ground, so be insanely careful about those. But I think the biggest thing about 0BC is that even if some enemies do a lot of damage, you don't take like one hit and all your health disappears, like in the higher ones. Here, I don't see anything I want. Maybe we go for this, for the bleed. And look at that, generates a toxic cloud around the trap. That is also very, very good. So we're gonna switch that out. But again, if you see the ice shield, pick it up. So these doors, single circle on it, means that you need one boss cell active to actually access this one. And they stack up to 2, 3, 4, and 5. So here we have a choice. We're gonna go Ancient Sewers. 45 minutes in and we're only in the, what is it, 4th biome. Yeah, we're over here. Now, what I don't like about Ancient Sewers is that we have to fight Conjunctivius, and I don't like that boss. He is so freaking boring. But it is what it is. It's not very hard, it's just the tentacles are so freaking annoying. If I would go for a boss, I would probably go for Death, but not everyone has the DLC. Concierge can be a bit trolly, but if you have some way of doing ranged attacks on him, that would probably be very good. So we're still at level 1 Stiletto. As I said, we're gonna change that pretty damn soon, but for now this is good. So looking at the Sinew Slicer, we have generates a toxic cloud around the trap and it actually causes bleed. So that's very good. And we could upgrade it to S, and we might, yes. So we get an extra perk on it. Shoots shots pierce the first target. That is very good. Don't roll this because the what's it called? The extra perks are solid on this one. So if you were to hit here, you would probably screw it up, and then you had to re-roll it again just to get back the things you wanted. Mutations though. So we have bleed, we have melee, we have one more slot. What would you go for? Vengeance is good if you, I mean, I always take damage when doing my run, so plus 63% damage dealt for 8 seconds is pretty damn good, and you get 30% damage reduction for 3 seconds. But if we're just trying to survive, combo would probably be good here. Another thing you could go for, which is very, very nice, but you have 4 flasks, so I don't think it's necessary on 0BZ, but that is gastronomy. This one is very effective on higher BCs when you don't get to heal between stages. What else do we have? All of this, these that do health recovery, I mean, they're nice, but they don't do that much, honestly. So instead, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? This one is kind of good to reduce the cooldown, but it's only gonna be affecting our Sinew Slicer. So I think we can go combo, I guess. Predator is very good if you have it. So you get invisible for 1.2 seconds and you say, like, that is not a lot. No, that's true. But it's long enough to de-aggro enemies. Okay, so we should be getting 3 power scrolls in this stage, I think. Might be imagining things. So I'm gonna do something very stupid here right at the start, because we have a Sapphire Amulet. Poison has no effect on you. That true? Yes, okay. So kind of cheating, but you know. Okay, so in this stage, main culprit, of course, is the mushrooms. Be very aware when the ground starts to change, because then they are about to send some spikes your way. And that really sucks. Oh wait. Remember, recycle 600. It's quite good. This is also a very big stage, but just take your time basically and you'll get through it just fine. See there. Also, if you bonk and you land make sure you get up as fast as you can and move out of the way. So here we have a starred sinew slicer. So we had a victim of bleeding spreads it to other enemies nearby. That is also very good. Also, victims burn when they die, but we don't have anything that synergizes with that. So I'm plus 10% damage when you're near it. This is an S1. Would I consider this over the other one? Yeah, we can do that because it's doing a hell of a lot more damage. And we already have means of applying poison, so it's fine. There's a 4 BC door. Okay, move out of the way. We have a tentacle underground. Avoid that. Go. If you hate the tentacles like I do, you can avoid them. Otherwise, wait for them to pop up and kill them. We have health there. We forgot about the sherry, by the way, but rip the sherry, I guess, from the previous stage. So about 300. Also here, be very, very careful. There's only like one of those sections that was kind of close. Let them explode, it's fine. Then it's just business as usual. Don't know if this is like a secret. It is. So here we have a crowbar. It seemed good, but you need a door to cause the crits. And most of the time you won't have a door unless you've unlocked the emergency door. So I would say skip it. Honestly, not that good. See, that's why you don't do the freaking idiot move I just did there. Obviously, we have something to negate poison, but again, I still do it all the time. It's easy to accidentally do that just because you want to move fast. And that's another thing. It is way easier to just take your time in a stage and just be methodical about it. If you can spot what enemies are ahead, that helps tremendously as well. Just avoid aggroing them. Okay, so we didn't get lucky with the dual scroll here. So all it means is more health. Kill that guy. Okay, that's another key. Make sure you pick up the keys. Okay, so here's our... No, shit, we should have looked before. 75 now. Okay. But we're at 317 and 647 in crit. Not too bad. Also, so... I'm actually not following best practices here, I just realized, because everything seemed to die pretty fast. Oh, that's good. Now we can showcase it. But always use your support weapons. So 317 plus 67. Let's see where this puts us afterwards. See, now we're at 101% more damage. 317 goes up to 364. So now we're actually getting somewhere here. And we have a chest. Nice. Okay, not a fan of the infantry grenade, but we recycle that. I think it's pretty good as a small bomb, because the recharge on it is pretty okay. Here, dash, I hate these. I'm not very good at the challenge rifts, but I always try to take them. They're like my least favorite activity in Dead Cells, honestly, because I want to go kind of fast, but I always end up getting hit. And I do believe traps, they hurt you for 30% of your health, so it's quite a lot. It's another scroll. Another dual scroll. Unlucky though. But again, more health. see. You can actually jump down here. And there is like a maze there. One of the puzzles in this stage were like very, very tedious. Okay, so always be wary so there's not poison below you. That's okay. Okay, so toss that out. It doesn't hurt to toss it out. It will cause bleed. It might have other effects, so always use it. And the cooldown on the sinew slicer is very, very short. So make sure you use it. Here, for instance, you can just leave. It's okay. Is it only 6 seconds? I want to see. No, it's 8. Okay, leave that enemy. He's gonna die on his own. So you don't have to care. Got a sponge up ahead. This guy. Out of the way, sir. So, I mean, it looks like we're doing okay. But we're actually not doing a lot of damage. And as I said, it's gonna hurt us when we face our first boss. So it's actually gonna be quite interesting to see if we get something in this stage. Because we get some items at the end. Oh, that's lucky. So 364. 131 goes up to a hell of a lot more. Yeah, so now we're at 419. 856 in crit. Hey, come back here. No! Come on. Just kind of walk over them. So annoying enemy here. But as you see, we don't take a lot of damage, so it's fine. Might be more of a realistic run as well. You know, not doing the perfect. Okay, so here, wait for a second, toss it in. Okay, we move behind. Oh, that's a bad one. I hate that one. Oh, he should be dead now. There we go. So now we actually get a Sapphire Amulet with 2 points in brutality. Very good. So check this out. Our damage, 419 and 856. 554. 1132. I hope it starts to make sense. Okay, so we're here. Down here is an item. And you can jump down there and grab it, but you will get poisoned. Okay, so no shop for weapons still. That is sad. Okay, let's see here. We have a shop up there. That's actually very good. Might sell us a weapon. If we find something better, we're definitely gonna grab it. Because we need something. We'll go random, because you might not have the thingy there. This is actually very good. Again, to get bleed going, but for other reasons as well. So I'm actually gonna pick this up. And we're gonna replace this. And we're gonna switch these around, and we'll talk about dual binding in just a second. I'm obviously looking for firebrands. If you see in my videos, you know I absolutely adore that weapon. We'll re-roll again. Nothing I want. Nothing I want. We have a lot of cash, but we can't roll any further. Okay, so we have to go with this. So let's find a spot where we can actually... First of all, we need to see that we didn't miss anything. We have cash down there, and we have food up there. We need to get. So we found... Did we find the exit of the stage? No, it's up there. Okay, yeah. So we are done with the stage, which means that if you have food left behind and you're at 0 BC, don't consume it, because we're gonna get a free heal anyway, right? So money is better. Didn't get the 60, it's not important. There we go, so 600. And gonna head up here. Okay, anything interesting? Nothing. Leg hugger is my friend. I love the leg hugger. Not gonna use him because he's from DLC. So nothing really fun here. Barnacles are good, but remember their tactics, so they don't scale with our build, which means that they're not gonna be at their anywhere near their full potential. We could consider this one, but it doesn't work very good with the dual binding. So we're gonna do that. Remember, even if you don't like them, recycle them. So we're at 15k now, so we made up a lot of money from the other shop, basically, when we bought the daggers. I'm gonna showcase the dual bind. We're at an hour-long video, holy shit. Spend our cells. And we'll see here. What do we want to do here? So this is where you actually start upgrading stuff, I'd say. We're gonna bring this up to S just to get some more punch in it. Causes bleeding, ammo plus 3 is amazing. Launches a grenade is also very good. Shots pierce the first target and biters crawl from the dead. Not bad. Honestly, not bad at all. This one I guess we can upgrade it as well. Why not? We have plus 40 damage on electrified targets. That's not gonna help, right? Let's see what happens if we re-roll it though. Damage to poison targets, and we create poison. What do you know? What do you know? We'll leave that as is. Victims bleeding spread to others, we'll leave that as well. So this is where we can actually re-roll and go for something else, but I mean, should we? Is tranquility a thing you get at the start? I don't know. So we'll leave it as is. Now, I'm not very good at this boss, but we'll manage, I guess. Remember to refill your flask, and I haven't forgotten about the dual binding. So dual binding means that we have two weapons, basically. And in this case, we have the throwing knives and the sadist stiletto. Now, if we were to do this, and we hold the square button, this will only attack with the left-hand weapon, right? Pretty obvious. The other one, there we go. That's the triangle button on the PlayStation controller. But if we hit both buttons, what happens? Nothing, right? It's still just the sadist stiletto. But if we switch them around, now we're tossing daggers and hitting with the sadist stiletto at the same time. Hence dual binding. Let's go kill this thing. I need to pee after this as well. Alright, you big dummy. So the sinew slicer is actually gonna help with the tentacles, I guess. Just try and avoid him as much as you can. And chase after him. If you have the thingy, look at the health goat. Oh. Okay, put that down. Kill the tentacles. I think you can just go over them as well, but it gets a bit spicy when they come flying at you. Okay, so he's back. Punish, punish, punish. So the reason why he's dying is probably because of poison and also the bleed. Okay, this seemed to be working. Toss in that. Avoid that dude. They're probably gonna die on their own, honestly, because of the bleed and poison. There we go. So as you can see, I mean, with a level 1 weapon, we're actually doing a lot of damage to him. Didn't realize he took damage from the tentacles. That's new. For me, I mean. Okay, where's the final one? There it is. Yeah, the bleed just nukes him. Go up here, he should be kind of done. Don't worry about that, it's fine. And he's dead. Alright, so our starter weapon carried, for the first boss at least. Bomb is very good. Damage to a bleeding target, but we're gonna go with the sinew slicer for now. I think we can manage. Anything we messed up here? Nope. Okay, but the thing is that if we were spreading our points, we're at 9 brutality now. If we were spreading our points across the board, you would have a much worse time against that dude, that's for sure. We don't want to go slumbering. I do believe graveyard is accessible. If it isn't, then obviously go with slumbering sanctuary, but this is kind of a tough biome, honestly. It's very fun because it has a unique mechanic to it. But I do enjoy Graveyard quite a lot. And you know what? Should we do Clock Tower or Forgotten? Forgotten Sepulchre is a very fun biome. It is very challenging as well. I haven't done Clock Tower in a long time. So maybe we do Slumbering then. Ooh. What do we do? What do we do? I don't remember if Graveyard is actually unlocked. It should be. I think it should be. Let's go Graveyard. So Graveyard can be challenging. Also, don't forget about the Forge. I can't put anything in here because we are at 0 BC, and also 20 cells isn't that much. Kind of surprised we only have 20. Huh. That's fine for now. Okay, I guess we put them in here instead. Well, hello, Mr. Prisoner. So we don't need to do anything with the mutations. We'll heal up. We were fine. We didn't take a lot of damage. Okay, so from this point on, we're gonna depend on dual binding quite a lot. So every attack we do, we just mash the 2 buttons, square and triangle, and I'm not even gonna say we hope for the best, because we're gonna start nuking stuff. And what's nice is that we actually have a range weapon as well. So first order of business is getting the key. That door is not always there, so it might be further into the stage. These are kind of annoying enemy. Just move away from them and take out the biters, the thingies. These are kind of dangerous as well because they hook you. But if you're fast and you get up behind them, because this is where we're starting to like, okay, we need to kill enemies fast, right? So they don't have a chance to react like that, for instance. So not even a problem. Beware of these, one of my least favorite enemies in the game, because they always seem to snipe me. So if you hear that noise, just move out of the way. It's extra fun if there are like 2 of them in the same region. Watch out for those. And key should be up here. There's also a secret to the right here. Kind of a tricky jump. Valmont's Whip. I think that is a... wonder if that is a DLC weapon. I don't like it necessarily, because you need to be very precise to get the crits from it. So right now it's kind of insane that we're... so, I mean, if you miss something here, don't worry about it. There shouldn't be anything. If there's a starred enemy, go for it. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that we're doing like a run now with the beginner weapon. I mean, it is scaled up to S, so that's something at least, but with the correct synergies, you should be able to kind of kill stuff very fast. You can dive down in these, and they often have weapons or support items. Serenade is insanely good, but we're not gonna use it. He didn't die for some reason. Very weird. Avoid the spikes. Ice grenade. This is a weapon. It's a survival one. Doesn't matter too much, but just don't expect it to do damage. Use it to cause freeze if you want to use it. So I mean, a lot of off-color items actually benefit you, no matter which build you're doing, basically. Okay, avoid this dude. Don't let him react. Roll through that is fine. So this is actually where we're heading in. Now, there will be invisible enemies in this stage. That's very good. The gas cloud just took out everything there. Oops, took some damage. It's fine. And we have a scroll. Nice. So we're at 749 now. Now, this is gonna start ramping up a lot now. So now we're at 252. And we get that times extra 15% of 252. So now we're at 862. Yep. Thank you very much. Okay, don't let that guy grab you. But this is basically what I'm talking about. We're doing, and he's doing damage as well, of course, but we're doing a lot of damage so we can take care of enemies quickly. That is key. Gas cloud again, very nice. And don't forget about this. Bzzz, just let it kill them. 8-second cooldown is kind of nothing. Because it means part of that time is you just waiting for it to kill the enemies. Okay, so we get a new one. This is any better? It is a level 5. No. So even if that would do more damage when we upgrade it to S, number one, it will cost us money. It's just a lore room. And number two, we already have the fixes on the sinew slicer we're using right now. So damage is not like our primary concern here. Pure nail. Well, talking about Silk Song, we're not gonna use it, but we're definitely gonna recycle it. So the key for that room, there is cash up top as well, and you might call me crazy for not going for it, but I'm lazy. Let's move on. Yeah, the key for that is in the second section of this stage. And the second section has a hidden item in a wall that is the key. Snake fangs, no thank you. What makes it easier is if you go into accessibility options, and he can't see me through the gate, right? No. Hi. And you put on the secrets outline. That way, when you get close to it, you'll be able to see it more easy, I should say. So I don't think Graveyard is that hard, but if you don't have a weapon that can kind of kill stuff fast, then you might have a bad time here, honestly. But I do love it. It's a very fun biome. Oh, 2 of them, and we get the power scroll. So we're gonna deploy our trusty sinew here and avoid the hooks. And look at that, they're dead already. So where were we? 857. So 305. Yeah, 991, and we get a crit at 2000 with the starter weapon. Remember, it's a level 1 weapon. I do think this is a pretty good showcase on how freaking important it is to get the or keep the scrolls in your color if you can. We're lucky getting a the Sapphire Amulet with a 2 points in brutality. Quick bow. And that is not always the case, obviously, but honestly, you'll be fine anyway. Just stick with it. Avoid that. And again, gonna follow best practices as soon as we get rid of this guy. There we go. So we're gonna heal. Again, no penalty in healing. We get that refilled. Important is that we get out of the biome. Oh, look at that health. We didn't really need it, but... Okay, down here we grab this off color, so that will help with our health. At 4k now. We do that. Oh, I always miss that spike in the floor. Just commit. I don't care that rat kind of bit me in the ankle. I'm not even sure what's over here. What kind of route do we take? Got food up top. Up here might be the exit, honestly. It is. Well, it's the exit if you have the Giants DLC. And then you put in the thingy over there, and you get access to the cavern. We're not going that way. That is DLC. Forgotten Sepulcher. That is an option, of course. And Undying Shores, that is a DLC. What are we missing? We actually have a cursed chest down there. We don't need that, so that's fine. Just some cash up there. Of course. Oh, we forgot about that. Well, it's okay. We'll just continue. I do want to go and visit the shop, though. Because it might be... Even if I am confident enough to... complete this with this weapon. That is maybe not... Oh, it's just skills. That is a unnecessary thing to do if you can actually... what's it called? Get a weapon that is higher level. So I guess we're going Sepulcher then. And from Sepulcher we can... Oh, that's perfect. So we can go into Clock Room. So we'll face off against the Timekeeper. I forgot I need to pee as well, so I'll do that real quick, I guess. All right. So let's address the HP situation we have going on right now. We're at 4k in HP. That's fine at this point, I think. But So I guess some are concerned, like, yeah, I'm not gonna make it with that low HP. I need to put more into survival, yada yada yada. Do you have to go brutality? No. Brutality is just my preferred build, because the weapons tend to be a lot faster. Survival are slow as hell, but they do a lot of damage. But it will give you the most HP. So if you feel you want to test that, go ahead, it's fine. But I go brutality, and trust me, unless you get like a perfect freaking run, some of the dual scrolls will definitely be off color, and you'll get that HP boost, that's for sure. Nothing we want from that. We're good. We're just stacking up cash right now. So Forgotten Sepulcher might be a bit scary the first time you come here. And you might say, well, I really want to get this lantern down here so I can see and not get killed. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just don't hesitate. There's a cursed chest. Obviously not going to get that. We also have... Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, perfect. Okay, so we have a fantastic start here. It's fine. Move out of the way from the shocker. I didn't see him, so he kind of threw me off there. These will prevent you from dying, the little lanterns here. We do want to see what's down here, though. Yeah, no. Okay, remember, we need scrolls. I think there is quite a few scrolls in Forgotten Sepulchre. These will also keep you safe. So the gimmick about this stage is, of course, that it gets darker, and once it gets dark, you actually start taking damage. Cluster Grenade is a okay choice. I'm not that big of a fan of it. I like my Sinew Slicer. It will carry, trust me. Okay, so you kind of need to go fast, but keep exploring still. So now we know the gate is right there. You can go back, get some light if you want. Here we go. Okay, let's have a look at the stats. 991. So we're now at 365% extra damage. 1140. Okay. And I mean, we need that. Also, these little ninjas, they track you, but if you've done Clock Tower, you know that already. Okay, so it's getting dark. Don't panic. It's fine. We have a lantern up here. It's not gonna insta-kill you. And I don't think, honestly, I think if you're cursed, the darkness will not kill you. Wait for the second explosion from those guys, by the way. That up. What is he doing? These are kind of scary. If they toss the axe, just jump, but be aware that it is coming back for you. Okay, well, you see, I mean, with a starter weapon this late, and we're still being able to kind of take care of all the trash here. Look at that, off color, so now more health all of a sudden. Get out of the way from that one. They hurt a lot. Okay, take a breather, have a look at the map. Did you miss anything? No? 3 BC door. Another one, see? Very generous. Is this the key? This is the key. You jump in, you grab it, and you get out. And then we're smart, and we use the teleporter, and we can just go up here. Use this thingy. And open the first door. So this map or biome consists of 2 locked doors, so we need another key from this section. I think we've already seen the majority of the enemies here. Just watch out for the mummies. They hurt, but they're not too hard to take care of. Get rid of the trash first. Don't care about the little guys, let them come to you. And again, don't forget that you actually have a Sinew Slicer or you have a support weapon. Again, we did get a unlucky off-color one, but now we're getting a lot more HP. Okay, there we go. Something in the wall. Food, we'll take it. Check the map. Okay, go up here first, have a little look-see. And I still haven't found my favorite weapon in the game. That is a shame. Weapons, here we go. Okay, random weapons. Ah, there it is. Okay, so at this point... plus 60 to bleeding, plus 30 to slow down. I think this is a solid choice. I mean, it always is. This is my favorite one. So we're absolutely gonna switch out the throwing knives for the firebrands. And speaking about the firebrands, in my friend's video, I got so sad. Because he got a legendary firebrands and recycled it immediately. Well, shit happens, you know. Okay, so let's see if we have a primary. Honestly, at this point, we don't really need a replacement for the stiletto. If I were playing, I would go with this now, and I would just freaking trash everything. Trust me. That is the insane combo. So now we have fireballs and the stiletto, and firebrands is 502 DPS, and we have the affixes that actually benefits us with the mutations we have going on here, so insanely lucky. Also, this is unnecessary, use the teleporter instead. There we go. Let's see here. Fantastic. Okay, we'll check this again. I'm doing this to prove a point here. Trust me, because I've seen it so many times. No, I'm gonna split my stats. No, don't. 1140 goes to 1311. That's plus 200 in DPS. Ooh. Yep. Okay, see, dead. Shot for those though, they tend to hurt a lot. Okay, check this out though. Firebrand, one firebrand took him out. Oh, that's a big radish. I thought it was the a support weapon. So we're at 13 brutality right now. Oh, again, don't panic if it gets dark. It's fine, it's fine. We have something down there. We have 2 shops. We'll clear this though. Oh, no, we don't. That's fine. Okay, let's head back. Again, we need every single scroll. Trust me. Okay, wait a minute. Toss it out. And absolutely pulverize him. I was just holding down the buttons. I didn't even care. Recycle that. We're not gonna lose that extra point in brutality. Ow. Seem to be less than 30% of your max HP. Yeah. Just something I heard, that traps do that. Killer instinct, very nice. Pop these idiots. And we'll be on our way. Yeah, I think everything is gonna start dying very fast now. Now, I know I'm nagging, but remember, this is with a level 1 stiletto. Oh, look at that. We have a skill of power over there. And that is the exit, which means that the key is up there. Perfect. So let's head around, grab this. Again, 1311. It's gonna be more than 200 plus damage now. Yeah, a bit more. It's actually right around the corner of 200 plus damage. I made a mistake here. It's okay. Oh, we didn't see the shop, right? What was down here? Oh, was the elite room. Right. Okay, jump in here. 128. It's a long ass video. New sinew slicer. So we have damage to poison, but we don't have anything that is actually... Let's see, your victims bleed. You can pick it up just to kind of compare them. It's a lot more damage. Yeah. Absolutely switch that out. Okay, good. So we need to go up here. Now, if you don't have Explorer Instinct, you will still be able to figure that out. Because it's like the only path that is left. Worst case scenario, you go down, you hit the door, and you just take the other route, and you'll be fine. So we need to head in here and go all the way here. I probably should have used the teleporter before I exited. Or these. I call these teleporters, and I guess they are. So we want to head down here, avoid him, and avoid his axe. Here we go. Hit him. Oh god, they die so fast. That's another thing with the fire. You can just let the fire actually take care of the enemies. Oh shit, didn't want to go down there. We're heading clock room. Because I do believe Timekeeper is a very good example on how you can melt a boss with the correct setup. So we have the level 1 stiletto, we have the firebrands. We don't have anything to lock her down. Trust me, we're not gonna need to. We don't need to do anything there. Our stats are good. We'll keep our mutations. We could go Tranquility and do even more damage. But I think... I think we'll be fine. And this boss terrified me when I started playing the game. I only reached her twice and she absolutely bullied me. So we're just gonna stick by the door here and let her come to us. Toss down that. Go behind her. Okay, avoid that and jump over the shurikens. Didn't one-face her. It's fine. Jump again. Toss that out. Don't worry about the damage she's dealing. You're gonna kill her so much faster than she can ever hurt you. Or kill you. So just like that, we have Timekeeper down. Again, level 1. Nah, I would kind of maybe go for that, but honestly, we're proving a point here, so I'm just gonna recycle them. Now, so I think S tier weapons, they add 5, right? So it's technically a level 5 weapon now. But imagine if it was like a level 5, then we would have a level 10 stiletto. And we would have so freaking much more damage. Okay, so we're nearing the end here. Also, that door only opens up when you kill a boss without taking a hit. We don't care about you because we can't do anything with the forge. Put some points into that. Those costumes are super expensive now. So we definitely don't go the Relict Distillery. Now, also my friend was asking about the key he receives from a tentacle in the beginning. You head down here and you will be able to open up the path to... Where is it? To Infested Shipwreck. So it's either that one or it's this one. One of them. Oh, it's this one, because you can see the door is unlocked here. So it's this one. You use the crown key there. But we're heading into High Peak Castle, and this is a kind of a tough biome. If we're unlucky, we're gonna face off against some invisible enemies here. The assassins, and also watch out for those. I kind of messed that up. Make sure we see everything. Okay, so here we have an item. Already states with the little icon there. So it's plus 100% damage to enemies, but you also take more damage. Honestly, when you're getting kind of used to it, that is something you might actually want to have, because doing extra damage, and they scale up to, like, you can get 300. Also, this guy is super dangerous. And plus 300% damage to enemies is a lot. And I mean, yeah, but also you die very quickly. Okay, forgot to say that the main objective of this biome is to find 3 keys. You can get away with 2, but you're missing out on an extra scroll at the end. Each of these has an elite that you need to kill. This is an interesting setup. I haven't seen this with spikes before. Oh shit, okay, so that's bad. Gotta get away from that guy. Also, big sword dudes are very dangerous, so step away from them. Use the sinew slicer. And you can see that we're not doing like crazy damage here, but it's enough. Okay, so we have Spiky here. Now remember, don't hit him in the back. We can kind of skip the stiletto here, and if he doesn't turn around, and just toss in the sinew slicer and go to town on him. Something like that. If I had a whip, I wouldn't care. I would just go in and murder. Remember, spear dudes can spear through the roof. If this guy starts winding up and you feel like I'm not gonna be able to kill him, move out of the way, because you get sucked in, but it's not that terrible, I'd say. Also that you can just set him on fire or kind of poison him. Wait for it, see? Dies. And we exit. So that's one key. Then of course you might be wondering, is there absolutely no way for you to die? There absolutely is. If you get cornered and you are unlucky, you will take a lot of damage from these guys, for instance. So go slow and just take your time. We haven't found any scrolls yet, so we need... there's one. Unlucky. But maybe lucky for some. It's like, oh yes, I really needed that extra HP. Well, here it is. Now it doesn't matter, and we don't have anything really that, you know, benefit from it. I don't know if this mess up the scaling on the firebrands and the stiletto, as they are dual scaling. Actually didn't know that the stiletto scaled with tactics as well. I know the firebrands does for sure, but the other one. Okay, so here's the next door. Also, you don't need to full clear this, so if the exit is closer to the elite arena, go back. Like here, for instance. I'll show you in just a second here. I don't think these contain any scrolls, so we'll just be on our way. This one will split up into two. They're actually already two. He stabbed me in the back. I'm not gonna care. I'm just gonna stand here and kill him. There we go. So we got our next key. Okay, we follow best practices. And that is what I just said. Go back instead. I don't think there's any scrolls in these. Now we're at brutality 14 right now. You know what? There might be scrolls here. I don't think so, but there might. So let's actually... We can use this as an example. Just to make sure. Just to make sure. Now, I can say one thing for certain. We're not gonna melt Hand of the King with this setup. Oh, another elite. Okay, get out of the way. Let those just die. We might be lucky and get a good thingy here. We didn't. Okay, never mind then. Okay. Yeah, I'm confident there are no scrolls here. Watch out for the archer. Just be wary of your surroundings here. Like that, for instance. That sucks. 608% plus damage. So now we're at 1734. That's good. Uh-oh. Let's see here. And we get the blue door already. So this is both good and bad, because we kind of want to get the Explorer Instinct to pop. See, that's bad, isn't it? Gonna heal. We have plenty of heals. That is exactly what I'm talking about here. It's it can be sketchy as hell, because stuff do a lot of damage here, that's for sure. So we have this guy. Gonna wait, we're gonna toss that, we're gonna go behind him, and we're gonna go to town on him. Now, if we would have a better weapon here, this is where it would shine, because we would one-shot everything here, trust me. Even those guys. Okay, avoid him. No invisible enemies though, so we're kind of lucky. Okay, check the map. This is a fairly big biome as well, so it's kind of hard to know where to go. See here. Okay, so this is the exit, and this is what I mean. If you have 2 keys, you can get to the throne room, but we want that just so we can go in here. We'll recycle you, and we'll pick up this. So, will we go over 2k in damage now? Almost, 1994. That is with the starter weapon. What's under here, by the way? One of those. Easiest way to get this, honestly, is to do this, but it's gonna fall, though. So if we drop it, it falls down, so... Not the best demonstration of that, to be honest. Okay, so now you might argue, well, I just want to exit now. Yeah, you can absolutely do that, but as I said, we need to look for those scrolls, because we are at 16 now. 16 is definitely winnable with. But the point of the video was to kind of make a very solid build here as much as we can. So if, for instance, you were running low on health, sure, leave. It's absolutely fine. So you can argue that we are actually underpowered here by quite a lot, just because our weapon is not the best. I'm gonna take that, that's fine. And we'll just grab that. A lot of spears. There we go. That's a lore room, so we skip that. That's a secret. Baseball bat. Honestly... could be the play. And I would probably recommend you taking that. But again, we have synergies going on here with the poison and bleed and stuff like that. So taking that will just cancel that, even though the crits on the baseball bat is higher. Our crits here is higher than the standard damage from the baseball bat, or they equal. And it's easier for us to get that. And also, again, we're proving a point here. What do we have here? Skills again. I don't think we're gonna bother with that, honestly. We have a better one of these, but the one we have right now is, I mean, the main purpose is just to get poison going. Wait for him. What's up here? Waiting for Explorer Instinct to pop so we can actually see if we missed any scrolls here. I haven't been keeping count, but I think there's at least one more. That's another chest. Wonder if we get through this under 2 hours. So Balance Blade is very, very good. It is very, very good. And we get the arrows as well. I could showcase that, how freaking awesome that is. I am kind of tempted to take it just because we're gonna get a lot more damage. And we can utilize the arrows and reroll the mutations. Yep, actually, let's do that. Decision has been made. This is what we're doing. We'll need to check up here as well. So now we lost the synergies. As you can see, we don't have like the bleed. Well, we have the bleed, so that's good. We can keep that on, and actually slowed down, and we get plus 40 on burning. Firebrands is doing that, but right now the catalyst is not helping. except for the cleaver. So yeah, I guess you can argue that we are getting synergies here. See how this feels. Watch out for that dude, he's kind of nuts. Yeah, I actually think we're good here with the synergies. We need to check the map. Any scrolls, any scrolls. Yes, and we have a lucky one there as well. So this scroll over here, this is the only thing we care about now. Now you can have a look at the enemies and see if any one of them are starred. We also have a shop I want to visit, just in case there's something insane there. Yeah, I feel good about that. We don't have any teleporter over there, so we have to go the long way. Oh, look at this. Okay, so now you can honestly see the difference already, I hope, with an upgraded weapon. It's gonna do a lot. That's just a lore room. Okay, do you sell weapons? You do. We go random. I could go brutality only. Oh, look at that. Comes back to us. Oh no. Well, it's fine. Nothing there, nothing there. Maw is fun. Okay, another one even. Yeah, no. I'm gonna say we're good. Let's go get that scroll over here, and let's go and try and kill Hand of the King. This has been a very fun run for me, honestly, because it's more casual. Now, see, here it is. Plus 836% damage, and that all comes from those incremental 15% thingies. So now we're at 4,000 in DPS on the balance blade and 1,000 on the firebrands. And remember, firebrands is primarily just to set fire to the enemy, so we get the synergies, but an extra 1,000 is pretty damn good. What was I thinking of here? Oh yeah, so I'm thinking, can we actually see? No, we can't. I was hoping to see like the percentage shown somewhere. So we're at 17 in brutality now. Mostly due to some unfortunate dual scrolls. We only got one with brutality and tactics, I think. Okay, in we go. We have only cleared one room, 130 room, I think. So again, we haven't been depending on those. This, of course, we do that, so now it's almost 5k. And we can actually keep all of the... Okay, so let's actually not. We have combo, we have melee, we have open wounds. So damage to bleeding, and we have bleeding from cleaver, but I'm not gonna be skipping on open wounds. So we reset, it's only 1,000. Melee, open wounds, and we're actually gonna do one tactics one. So, let's see here, where is it? Point blank. Closed ranged attacks inflict 34% bonus damage. So what does that do for us? Well, it'll be the arrows. And we have 1 on the firebrand and 2 on this. So if we get up close and personal, it's actually gonna show. And why is that? Because the damage from the arrows are 983, 1146, and 1146 on the firebrands. I think a lot of people miss that. Okay, 150. All right, ready or not, here we go. So we're gonna face tank him. He might jump away once. We'll toss out the sinew slicer and go behind him. Oh yeah. Okay, so he jumps up. We wait over here. We take out these idiots. And they're gonna die on their own. Now, just be careful here, because he is gonna drop down. Do some fancy maneuvering. If you feel like healing here, it's totally fine. I don't think you'll need to, honestly. It's gonna slam. We're just gonna face tanking him again. Get out. And he's gonna die. I didn't even try. Just hold those buttons. Try and get behind him. And yeah, I think it's that easy. We didn't do anything crazy. We switched out the Satyr Stiletto at the end. Rest of the stuff we got kind of early and we kept them. We switched out the throwing daggers for the firebrands instead. And mutations were pretty much the same all through the run. And we did it. Now, obviously, there's skill involved, yes. But this is the core setup to get that win. And I mean, there's no denying that stiletto held up until the end, basically. God damn it. So yeah, I hope this kind of helps. I don't know. As I said, there are thousands of videos similar to this one, but this is a very long one as well. But yeah, that's just my take on Dead Cells once I kind of cracked the code at 87 played hours. And yeah, not much more to talk about it. So I wish you all good luck in your Dead Cells 0 BC runs if you are still having trouble with it and struggling with it. But anyway, that will be it for now. So thank you guys for watching. If you do enjoy the content, you know what to do. And as always, ci vediamo!